In 2003, a 19-year-old Harvard student launched a website from his dorm room. Within 2 decades, that website would grow into the largest social network in human history, connecting billions of people across the planet. Today, we're looking at the retelling of the founding of Facebook, as portrayed in the social network, based on a true story.
Harvard University, 2003. Mark Zuckerberg is brilliant, socially awkward, and deeply obsessed with status. During a date with his girlfriend, Erica Albright, Mark talks about Harvard's elite final clubs, the exclusive society that define who belongs at the top of the social hierarchy. But Erica quickly sees something troubling. Mark doesn't want connection, he wants recognition. And she ends the relationship with one brutal, honest line.
You are probably going to be a very successful computer person. You're going to go through life thinking that girls don't like you because you're a nerd. And I want you to know from the bottom of my heart that that won't be true. It'll be because you're an asshole.
Mark walks back to his dorm angry, embarrassed, and determined to prove something. Within hours, he creates Face Smash, a website where students compare photos of classmates and vote on who's more attractive. It spreads across campus instantly. The traffic crashes Harvard's network. The university shuts the site down. But something important had already happened. Mark has learned a powerful lesson. People are obsessed with seeing themselves online. Soon after the Face Smash scandal, Mark is approached by Cameron and Tyler Winklevoss and their partner Divya Narendra. They want Mark to program a Harvard social network called Harvard Connection.
Harvard EDU is the most prestigious email address in the country. The whole site's kind of based on the idea that girls, not to put anything indelicately,
girls want to give the guys who go to Harvard.
Divya and my brother don't have trouble putting things indelicately. The main difference between what we're talking about in MySpace or Friendster or any of those other social networking sites
is exclusivity. Right.
Mark agrees to help, but while supposedly working on their project, he begins building his own site, thefacebook.com. When it launches, Harvard students join immediately. Profiles, photos, relationship statuses. Within weeks, the network expands to other universities. What started as a dorm room project is becoming something much bigger. But at this point, Mark isn't doing it alone. His closest ally is Eduardo Severin, who provides the initial funding and help runs the business. For a moment, the future looked simple. 2 best friends building something exciting together. But then someone enters the story who changes everything.
Before continuing the story, it's worth asking, why did Facebook succeed where other early social networks struggled? Part of the answer was exclusivity. Unlike earlier platforms, Facebook initially required a verified university email address. This created trust and authenticity among users. Another factor was timing. The early 2000s were the beginning of a shift towards online identity, digital community, and social sharing. Facebook arrived exactly where people were ready to build their lives online. So who was the person who got between the 2 friends? Let's find out.
Sean Parker, the founder of Napster, initially recognizes Facebook's potential. To Sean, this isn't just a college website, it's the future of social identity. He encourages Mark to move the company to Silicon Valley, seek venture capital, and grow aggressively. And Mark listens. Slowly, the company begins shifting away from Eduardo's cautious approach. New investors arrive, new leadership structure forms, and Eduardo, who once helped start the company, begins to feel like an outsider.
I don't have a dog in this fight. I'm just a fan who came to say hi.
He owned Mark after that dinner. He picked up the check, he told Mark they'd talk again soon, and he was gone. But not before he made his biggest contribution to the company.
Drop the, just Facebook. It's cleaner.
As Facebook grows, the relationship that built it begins to collapse. The Winklevoss twins accuse Mark of stealing their idea. Meanwhile, Eduardo becomes increasingly frustrated with how the company is evolving. Then comes the moment that destroys their partnership. Eduardo's shares in the company are quietly diluted. his ownership drops from a major stake to almost nothing. When he realizes what had happened, he confronts Mark in the office.
Mr. Sapp.
Mark! Mark!
He's wired in.
Sorry?
He's wired in.
Is he?
Yes.
How about now? You still wired in?
Security.
The film actually unfolds through a series of legal dispositions. 2 major lawsuits, Eduardo suing Mark over the company, the Winklevoss twins suing over intellectual property. Inside these quiet conference rooms, lawyers try to dissect how Facebook was created. By the end of the film, the lawsuits settle. Facebook becomes one of the most powerful companies on Earth. Mark Zuckerberg becomes the youngest billionaire in history. And the movie ends in complete silence. Mark sends Erica a friend request, then he refreshes the page again and again and again.
Directed by David Fincher and written by Aaron Sorkin, The Social Network is one of the most fascinating biographical films ever made. Not because it tells us how Facebook works, but because it shows the complicated human emotions behind innovation, ambition, jealousy, loneliness, and the uncomfortable truth that sometimes the people who change the world are still searching for something as simple as acceptance. So do you think Mark Zuckerberg built Facebook because he wanted to connect people, or because he wanted to prove something? Let us know in the comments. 接下来我们来揭晓今天的学习内容。From the bottom of my heart means with complete sincerity and deep emotion. It's used to emphasize that something, like gratitude, love, or an apology, is genuine and heartfelt. Take a look at these examples.
And thank you from the bottom of my heart.
So from the bottom of my heart, thank you.
From the bottom of my heart, you're not that special.
I don't have a dog in this fight means I'm not personally involved or biased in the situation. I have no stake in the outcome. It's often used to show neutrality or you're not taking sides. Take a look at these examples.
You have no obligation to these people. You don't have a dog in this fight.
When I got into psychiatry, the motto was, I'm neutral. I'm just watching. I have no dog in this fight. It was a very slow process, and there was a lot of suffering.
And that's it for this episode of Cinephile, where we don't just watch films, we learn how to see life through them.
Why didn't you show this to me?
It was addressed to me.
They're saying that we stole the Facebook from Divya Narendra and the Winklevoss.
I know what it says.
Did we?
Did we what?
Don't screw around with me now. Look at me. The letter says we could face legal action.
No, it says I could face legal action.